Welcome to my channel. Today I discuss with you digital electronics and also some important problem of electronics with short tricks. Here in my channel I only discuss some short tricks of physics so that you can easily solve any problem. So please see this video carefully. I think it will be helpful for you for your exam preparation. If you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it and like this video. I am very thankful to my students to give your feedback. I think I want to clear with my student that it is not possible for me to cover whole syllabus bit by bit within few months. You all cover whole syllabus when you give your semester exam. So it will be helpful for you if you revise your whole syllabus and practice more and more. Here I help you only which portion you read carefully and discuss with you some important problems. In digital electronics, you must read number system like conversion of binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal, etc. Actually, how you convert binary to decimal, decimal to binary, binary to octal, octal to hexadecimal, like that. Then you must read logic gate circuit like OR gate, AND gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate with diode and transistor. It is very important for MSc entrance test. Carnot maps, one of the important topics for MSc entrance examination. I discuss with you one basic problem of Carnot map. Here one problem is given. The 4 variable function f is given by in terms of midterms as f is function of ABCD, which is sigma m 2, 3, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. Question asks, using the Carnot map, minimize the function in sum of product form. Okay, now we discuss this problem. To solve this problem, at first we draw a table denoted the midterms. So we draw a table like that. Here 4 variable function is given, so 2 to the power 4, 16 cell we draw. Okay, and we donated the cell by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we mark the point A, B, C, D like that, and we put the point 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 like that. Now using the K map, we minimize the function in sum of product form. So now we are going to minimize by combining with maximum possible cell with the ones. So possibility are going to be ones like 4, 2, 8, 16 like that. So at first we are going to possible one these 4 ones 1 1 1 1 1 like that, and this 4 1 1 1 1 is we bounded like that, and this 1 1 1 1 1 like that. And now we see that which one is not variable. Here for 1 1 1 1, here this one and this one is not variable, but this one is changed to 0, so C is not variable. And for this side 1 1 means A is not variable, but 1 0 B is variable. So we take that one which is not variable. So we take here from A and here from C. So for this table we get P1 is equal to suppose AC. Now for P2, this table we see which one is variable and which one is not variable. So for this portion here, 1 means A is 1 and B is 0, and for this portion A is 0, B is 0. So A is variable but B is 0, B is not variable, so we take B. 0 means B bar. And for this portion here, 1 C is 1 1 and D is 1 0, so D is variable, so we take C, so P2 is B bar C. And for this portion we take, for A portion A is not variable, A is not, but for CD portion which one is variable? Now for CD portion C 0 to 1 and D 0 to 0, so D is not variable, so we get A D bar. So the function is in sum of product is A P is equal to A D bar plus B bar C plus AC. This is the minimized function in sum of product form, and this problem is very important for MSc entrance examination. Here they give 4 options, which one is correct. Also you read the minimization of OR gate, AND gate, NAND gate, like that. And another important topics for MSc entrance exam from digital electronics is number system and digital to analog converter, analog to digital converter, like that. Here one question, one thing you remember, that the number of comparators is 2 to the power n minus 1, where n is the number of bits and the voltage is V by 2 to the power n, 2V by 2 to the power n and 3V by 2 to the power n. I think this is a short tricks of physics, how you calculate that how many minimum number of comparators required to build some 2 bits or 3 bits or 4 bits plus analog to digital converter. Suppose I give you one problem. Here a problem is given, a minimum number of comparators required to build an 8-bit plus analog to digital converter is 8, 63, 255, 256. If you calculate this problem using theory, then it will be difficult for you, but if you use this short rule, the number of comparator is 2 to the power n minus 1, where n is the number of bit. Here number of bit is 8, so you directly use 2 to the power 8 minus 1 equal to 2 to the 256 minus 1 equal to 255. Okay, there are another short trick that for digital to analog converter, voltage resolution equal to voltage of output divided by 2 to the power n minus 1. Here also I give you some example. Suppose find the voltage resolution for 4-bit R2R ladder digital to analog converter when output voltage is 5 volt. So you directly get the answer. So voltage resolution equal to, we know, V output divided by 2 to the power n minus 1, here 4-bit. So voltage, output voltage is 5 volt divided by 2 to the power 4 minus 1. So you get easily find that voltage resolution is 0.334. And these two problem is very important for MSc entrance examination. Another important theory from voltage resolution is that number of steps equal to V input by resolution voltage. Suppose one example is given here. The resolution of a 4-bit counting analog to digital converter is 0.5 volts. In an analog input of 6.5 volts, the digital output of analog to digital converter will be 1011, 1101, 1100, 1110. That we calculate using this relation. If you calculate theoretically, I think it will be very lengthy. So if you use this short trick, then you can easily calculate this problem. So at first you see there are 4 bits counting analog to digital converter. 4 bits. So the number of combination is D3, D2, D1 and D0. 4 bits means there are 2 to the power 4 means 16 combination. So 0 0 0 0 like that 16, 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 like that I write here for your clear ration. Now we calculate the number of step. Number of step means V input by resolution voltage. Here V input is 6.5 volt and resolution voltage is 0.5 volt. Then we can find 13. So the number of step is 13. 13 means we easily find out 13 means 1101. So 1101 means B option is correct. So correct answer is B. Then you must read counter, flip-flop like that. There are mainly 4 flip-flop, SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop, T flip-flop, another flip-flop, master slave flip-flop like that. Then you must read that portion. They can give some simple question from that. Okay. So here I give you one example from counter and flip-flop. Question is given: a switch tail ring counter is made by using a single D flip-flop. The resulting circuit is a SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop and T flip-flop that we discuss here. So a ring counter made of a single D flip-flop. The D flip-flop is going to constituting by a single input which is nothing but D, which is that we calculate D flip-flop. It has a clock also, and that is a clock. Okay, this is a flip-flop, that is a clock also. And we have a hair tail, a switch tail ring counter. It is nothing but only one flip-flop, otherwise this output is going to be back to tail. So Q bar is going to back to the tail, and that being switched it through a NAND gate. So it is enable whether Q bar is connected to D or not, that using enable signal. So by using a enable signal, Q bar is going to be connected to D. So whenever enable is going to 1, it perform operations. Then it is called switch tail ring counter. Understand what is the meaning of switch tail ring counter? So whenever enable is going to 0, then it is only D flip-flop. Okay. Now when enable is going to 1, so here we get present input and next state. So present state, if we take Q and next state is D, and present input is D and next state is Q plus. So D is nothing but Q bar. So at first if you take 0, then D is 1 Q bar and Q plus means 1, and if you take 1, then D is 0 and Q plus is 0. So here next state is equal to present state bar. So here we can see when enable is 1, then output is toggled. That means resulting circuit is T flip-flop. So answer is T flip-flop. Okay. Now we discuss about one vital topics for MSc entrance examination, that is called op-amp. Op-amp means operational amplifier, one type of amplifier. At first we discuss the characteristics of op-amp. it is infinite input impedance and zero output impedance, and open loop voltage gain is infinity, bandwidth also infinity. That is for an ideal op-amp characteristics, but practical op-amp has, it is not infinite input impedance, then it will be 2 mega ohm input impedance. For a practical op-amp is 2 mega ohm, and here for ideal op-amp output impedance is 0, but for practical op-amp the output impedance is 75 ohm. Open loop voltage gain is infinity, but for practical op-amp it is 5 into 10 to the power 5, and bandwidth also 1 megahertz. Now we give you a basic structure of op-amp. Op-amp IC number 741 IC number. There are 4 terms. There are 8 connection. 8 connection, like first connection is offset null, second connection is inverting, third connection is non-inverting, fourth is negative supply, 5 is also offset null, 6 is output, 7 is positive supply, and 8 no connection. So you all read this chapter when you give your semester examination, and also complete all problem very carefully. One thing you always remember, for inverting amplifier we add potential at input inverting terminal. For non-inverting amplifier we put input potential at non-inverting terminal, and for like that adder, subtractor, integrator, differentiator, like that. You all know, I think you all know that problem solution, how you solve this problem very easily, that I discuss many times in my class. So please see that problem very carefully. You must take one problem from MSc entrance from this chapter op-amp. Here I only discuss some small tricks that I not discuss in my class, so please see very carefully. These tricks you always remember when you going to your entrance examination. Okay, so because there is very small time for your exam, so if you remember this short trick, then you easily find out the answer. Suppose like that, suppose when a sine wave input is applied to a differentiator circuit, it generates a cos waves at its output circuit. When a cos wave is given in a circuit, then it's give a sine wave, but the pole is different, means sine cos wave is give sine wave for a differential circuit, but the circuit is rotated by 180 degree. But when a triangle wave input is applied to a differentiator circuit, it generates a square wave at its output. Also, when a square wave input is applied to a differentiator circuit, it generates a high frequency spike at its output. That portion you remember when you go your examination. Also, when a sine wave input is applied to a integrator circuit, then what will be happened? Now it generate a cos wave with negative sign, means it's change its operation, means 180 degree change its direction. When a cos wave is applied in a integrator circuit, then it's generate a sine wave. Also, when a square wave is applied to a integrator circuit, then square wave means we get triangular wave, but triangular wave when applied, then we can get a high frequency spike at its output. In here another transistor problem that we discuss, that in circuit there is negligible potential drop between B and E, base and emitter. If beta current gain is 100, then find IB, IC potential drop across RC means collector resistance, and VCE voltage between collector to emitter. Here circuit is given like that. Here this is a NPN transistor and 1 kilo ohm resistance is connected to collector and 800 kilo ohm resistance is connected with base, and VCE is given 9 volt. One thing here, remember here they told that there is a negligible potential drop between base and emitter. Base and emitter there is no potential, but previous class we discussed that for a normal silicon transistor the base to emitter voltage is 0.7, and for germanium transistor base to emitter voltage is 0.3, but here they told that the negligible potential drop between base and emitter. Okay, so we take base to emitter VBE equal to 0 and given RB is equal to 800 and given RC equal to 1 kilo ohm, VCC equal to 9 volt. So we find out value of IB, IC and potential drop across RC and VCE, this portion. So we applied KVL on input circuit, means this circuit. If we applied KVL, then you easily write down VCE equal to, if this current is IB, this current is IB and this current is IC, then VCC equal to IBRB plus VBE. Here VBE is 0 and RB is equal to 800 kilo ohm and VCC equal to 9 volt. So we can easily find out IB is equal to VCC by RB. So 9 by 800 into 10 to the power Q, that means 11.25 into 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. Now we also know IC equal to beta into IB. So beta is given 100 and IB that we calculate. So IC equal to this. And also potential drop across IC is RC means ICRC, because this current is IC. So ICRC. So potential drop across RC equal to IC given that and RC is that. So the value is 1.2125 volt. Now another question is given, find the value of VCE. So we again applied KVL at output portion. This is VCE. So VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE, that I write here. VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE. So VCE equal to 9 minus 11.25 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 10 to the power 3 volt. So VCE we find out 7.875 volt, that we calculate. Okay, next we calculate another important problems. The problem is the given circuit is given like that. 120 volt potential is connected with a Zener diode 10 volt and with a transistor. See very carefully, it is very important problem. So question asked, find current through Zener diode. What is the current through that Zener diode? That we calculate. Given beta is equal to 80 and also they told that IC nearly equal to IE, means collector current is equal to emitter current. So that question we calculate. How we calculate? At first we applied KVL at output circuit. Okay, so output 10 volt is equal to V, that portion voltage drop 0.7 volt is given, and if load current is collector current, that means collector current is IC, that we consider that IC into resistance is 15 ohm, RC is 15 ohm. So we can write 10 is equal to ICRC plus 0.7. So we can easily find out the IC. So collector current, that we find out easily, very easily. Then we know IC equal to beta into IB. So IB is equal to IC by beta. Beta is given 80 and IC equal to 0.62 ampere. So we easily find out IB is equal to 7.75 milliampere. Now total current through the circuit is total voltage voltage difference is 20 minus 10 volt divided by resistance is 3680. So total current is, we calculate 14.7 milliampere. So general current that we easily calculate, IZ is equal to, in previous class we discussed, IZ equal to total current minus base current. So total current is 14.7 milliampere and base current we calculate 7.75. So general current we easily find out IZ equal to 6.95 milliampere. This is very important problem. And another thing you remember from JFET. JFET means junction field effect transistor, that we just point out here. In JFET, pinch off voltage Vp is equal to V desaturation minus VGS. Desaturation is saturation voltage and VGS is gate to source voltage. That just you remember, if Vp is equal to VDS minus VGS. Okay. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.